Hello everyone, this is Amanpreet Kaur from Guru Nanak Dev University and I'm a legal intern at Lexis and Company. So the today's video is about knowing the basics of the defamation law. First of all, we can say that it covers any statement that hurts someone's reputation, also called defamation of character. If the statement is made in writing and published, the defamation is called libel. So if the hurtful statement is spoken, then it is known as slander. That's the difference between libel and slander. So, defamation is considered to be a civil wrong or a tort. A person that has suffered a defamatory statement may sue the person that made the statement under defamation law, which would be also called a defamation case, and it is quite a serious case. So, other than that, defamation law walks on a fine line between the right to freedom of speech and right of a person to avoid defamation. On one hand, a reasonable person should have free speech to talk about their experiences in a truthful manner without fear of a lawsuit if they say something mean but true about someone else. On the other hand, people have a right to not have any false statements made that will damage their reputation. So, determining what is a statement of fact and what is a lie, it is called absolute defense and will end the case once it is proven. Then the winning side may sue for punitive damages depending on the type of defamation. So now let's talk about what are the elements of a defamation. So we can see that defamation changes per state laws, but there are some accepted standards that make laws similar no matter where you are or who you are suing. Generally, in order to win your lawsuit, you must show that the statements made that someone has made a statement regarding you which is quite defamatory. The other one is that the statement was published, or we can say the statement was communicated from one person to another. If there is no communication or if there is no one to know about it, then it might cause some complications regarding it. Other than that, the statement caused you injury. So it is very important that the defamatory speech or defamation which has been caused by someone has caused you injury. It may be any mental injury or injury to your reputation or anything like that sort of. So the other than that, the statement must be false. It must not be true. If the statement was true, then it cannot be said as the it cannot be said as defamatory statement. It must be false, that is which has spoiled your reputation or which has caused you some sort of injury. So other than that, the statement did not fall into a privileged category. A statement needs to be spoken, that is a slander, or written, that could be libel, or otherwise expressed in some manner, because the spoken words often fades more quickly from memory. Slander is often considered less harmful than libel. These statements are especially damaging if they involve a public or private individual and sexual misconduct or the abuse of minors. The other important term is publication. For a statement to be published, a third party, that is, we can say that someone other than the person making the statement or the subject of the statement, must have seen, heard, or read the defamatory statement. Unlike the traditional meaning of the word publish, a defamatory statement does not need to be printed. Rather, a statement heard over the television or seen scrawled on someone's door is considered to be the published one. So we can say that the other thing is that the communication, there must be a communication, that a person other than the subject and other than the person who has caused that defamatory statement must know about it. There must be some sort of communication which could be as stated above, that be heard or read or something like that. So then comes at the injury. To succeed in a defamation lawsuit, the statement must be shown to have caused some injury to the subject of the statement. This means that the statement must have hurt the reputation of the subject of the statement. For example, we can say that a statement has caused injury if the subject of the statement has lost his work due to such defamatory statement, or his having some major issue, or it is affecting his mental health, then it is called to be an injury. Then other comes at the falsity. So as stated above, the defamation must be based on such concept that was false. So it will only consider statements defamatory if they are false and not true statement. A true statement is not considered as defamation, and also because of the nature, statements of opinion are not considered false because they are subjective to the speakers. Can talk about unprivileged thing also. In order for a statement to be defamatory, it must be unprivileged, that is, you cannot sue for defamation in certain instances when a statement is considered privileged. Like for example, we can say that when a witness testifies at trial and make a statement that is both false and injurious, the witness will be immune to a lawsuit for defamation because the act of testifying at trial is privileged. Other than that, there comes social media and the defamation law. We can say that due to social media, it is now easier that everyone can make a defamatory statement regarding someone. That's because the social media services like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube allows you to instantly publish a statement that can reach millions of people, which will actually destroy the reputation of the other party or the subject of that statement. Whether it's a disparaging blog post, a Facebook status update, or YouTube video, online defamation is treated the same way as more traditional forms, meaning that you can be sued for any defamatory statements you post online. Higher burdens for defamation can be said that public officials and figures, that is, our government, we can say our government places a high priority on the public being allowed to speak their minds about elected officials as well as other public figures. People in the public eye get less protection from defamatory statement and face a higher burden when attempting to win a defamation. So that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, put a thumbs up on this video, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel LexClick. If you have any query regarding this, then mention it in the comment box. And this does not solicit any promotion or advertisement as per the guidelines of the Bar Council of India. It is for educational purpose only. Thank you.